Good morning, everyone. Um, we'll wait one more minute so everyone has the time to join this amazing meeting today. I hope you can listen to me properly, and I hope you can see everyone. Thank you very much. So we will start because the agenda today is very quick. So on behalf of the entire Insectopia team, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this very special online ceremony. And today is not just any day, it's the World Bee Day. This is a global celebration led by the Food and Agriculture Organization in the United Nations. And we are deeply honored that our Insectopia event has been officially featured in their website. So thank you to the United Nations and also to our colleagues from the Magdeburg University who pointed long time ago this day as a day for celebration in our Insectopia initiative. This recognition reinforces the importance of our shared mission, so raising awareness about the vital role of insects, especially pollinators, and the role they play in maintaining a healthy planet. We are grateful to each of you for joining us in this celebration and for your continued commitment to education, biodiversity, and innovation. And as you know, especially winning teams and representatives from the university, today's agenda is very tight and filled with exciting contributions. So we kindly thank everyone for respecting the agreed schedule and for staying engaged through the program. Without any further ado, it's now my pleasure to pass the floor to my dear local coordinator, Raquel Pérez Aloe Valverde, so the University of Extremadura EU Green Local Coordinator. Raquel, over to you.
Thank you, Antonio, for your words and for your huge commitment with this initiative. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the University of Extremadura, I would like to extend our warmest thanks and recognition to all of you gathered here today for this meaningful event. Your presence here reflects the strength and diversity of the Green Alliance and the shared commitment we hold towards a more sustainable and biodiverse future. I want also to express our sincere appreciation to all participants, representatives of UGREEN, institutions, partners, and contributors who have made the Insectopia initiative a reality. This has been a truly collective effort, and a special word of thanks goes to the European Commission for its guidance and support, and to all those who organized and hosted webinars, generously creating spaces for dialogue and collaboration. Our gratitude also extends to everyone who took part in this session and to the individuals and teams who submitted proposals, helping us shape the future of Insectopia with creativity, research, and commitment. A heartfelt thank you must go to the Office for Environment and the University of Extremadura, which has taken a leading role in coordinating this initiative with vision and dedication from the very beginning. It's now my pleasure to pass the floor to Jose Maria Maya Manzano, a professor of botany and researchers and representative of the Office for Environment, who will share a few words on behalf of the scientific and environmental team driving Insectopia forward. Thank you all once again and welcome to Insectopia.
Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank to the organizers for inviting me to this important event, and I would like to maintain this brief. Just to say that on behalf of the Office for Environment of the University of Extremadura, as the institution leading the Insectopia initiative, it's a true pleasure to welcome you to Insectopia ceremony. We are proud to host this important milestone in that we envision as a long-lasting journey of collaboration, innovation, and commitment to life on Earth. Pollinators may be small, but they play a critical role in sustaining biodiversity, food systems, and ecosystem resilience. Unfortunately for us, They are now among the most threatened groups of species in the world, facing pressures for habitat destruction, chemical exposure, climate change, and more. Insectopia was born from the understanding that protecting pollinators is not just a biological issue, it's a scientific, social, economic, cultural, and above all, political challenge. And meeting this challenge requires multidisciplinary collaboration and bold systemic action. That's why this initiative invites the participation of researchers, students, civil society, institutions, artists, communicators, and policymakers alike to build new solutions, new narratives, and new alliances that work across fields and borders, like UGreen is. Our goal is to inspire not only local or academic impact, but long-term European engagements aligned with the EU Green Deal, the Sustainable Development Goals, and a renewed political will to protect this essential link in the chain of life. We hope today's ceremony will serve as a powerful first step toward the upcoming Insectopia Festival and toward a collective effort that will grow and evolve with time. We wish the Insectopia initiative a long life, a fruitful life, and all of you an inspiring and fruitful journey ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jose Maria, for your words, and welcome all those who have joined a bit later. As Jose Maria says, we are very happy as from the University of Extremadura, and especially from the Office for Environmental Issues, to lead this initiative, but we will not be able to have reached this point without the collaboration of all the universities in the EU Green Alliance and all this Insectopia team. So thank you everyone for being here. We are already almost 50 participants in this online ceremony, which we were envisioning a long time ago. And as you know, we have received the interest from the European Commission and from the DG Environment, especially from the pollinators team in our initiative. So, and they paid special attention to the webinar that Professor Diana Kupsa hosted a few weeks ago. That's why today we think it's important to celebrate the World Bee Day, to also have a look to the policy framework we have in Europe, to the most relevant policy measurements that are at the moment put in place. For that reason, I would like to pass the floor to Professor Diana Kupsa from the University of Oradea. So she shared with us this framework and the digital tools that we have available from the European Commission to advance in our mission of protecting and promoting pollinators. So Professor Diana Kupsa, please, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello to everybody. I'm very glad to be part of Insectopia. This is a great initiative of your Green Alliance, especially because insects are very important organisms on the earth. They ensure a lot of ecological services. They allow us to have food and other natural products. They are threat in Europe and worldwide to nowadays. A lot of species are in danger or in severe decline. That's why the European Union Biodiversity Strategy put the pollinators in a very important position, and they elaborate a set of measures to reverse the decline of the wild pollinators by 2030. One of the initiatives of European Union is the Pollinator Information Hive. This is a platform. You can find it on the site of European Commission and also on the registration of the webinar I have during Insectopia. This is a platform which go for information on actions for pollinators. It facilitates information sharing across Europe concerning the problems of the pollinators and the collaboration between stakeholders. Another very important measure is the nature restoration law, which is the regulation of the European Parliament. This regulation in its Article 10 contains aspects concerning restoration of pollinator populations. And every member states have to reverse the decline of the pollinator populations, latest by 2030, according to this law. And thereafter, they have to achieve an increasing trend of pollinator population in each European country. How that will be done? By science-based methods for monitoring pollinator diversity and pollinator population, because it will involve a lot of people to have a full picture about the diversity of these organisms across Europe. So I think us with Insectopia are involved in these actions, and it's a small step which will be important for all actions taken by every country across Europe. So I want to wish Insectopia long life. We hope we will continue this action also in next year and maybe the years after. Maybe we will be able to extend it also outside the campuses and involve more and more people in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Diana Gupsa. Raquel, I don't know if you raised your hand. Would you like to say something? No. Okay. So what we have now in front of us is I will do a little presentation for those who are not that familiar with the Insectopia initiative. And then we will present the winning teams in each of the 9 universities, which is really exciting for us. And it's like a dream that is slowly becoming true. So I will be very brief. We are on time, so this is great news. And for all of you, if you have any comments, any questions to Jose Maria Maya, as researcher or representative from the Office for Environmental Issues at the University of Extremadura, or for Professor Diana, we will have a Q&A section at the end of the session. So let me share my screen so I can present briefly the Insectopia initiative. Just a second, please. Because, well, here it is. I hope you can see my screen. Can you confirm that you can see my screen, please?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So today, thank you. Hello, Francis. I could hear you. Today, I am also very pleased to inform you that I am in the Young Forum for Action on Sustainability and Climate Change in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. This is a forum organized by the ERUA, European Reform University Alliance, so one of our partner alliances of EU Green. And I will be presenting Insectopia later tomorrow with some news that we have from today's meeting regarding your proposals and the winning teams. So I will tell them that we are a vibrant University Alliance for Sustainability, Responsible Growth and Inclusive Education with a number of campus, 9 universities, and the Insectopia initiative was born as part of the Work Package 8, my beloved Work Package 8 in the EU Green Alliance, in the task agendas for sustainability, but it has grown into something bigger involving all work packages, involving science, education, innovation, engagement, mobilities, and all the work packages in the EU Green Alliance, and especially with a science and challenge-based approach. So we thought about the idea of installing insect hotels in the university campuses, and as part of the inspiration from the participation in this event in the UCAP network organized by the European Commission, those insights inspired a wider approach to these insect hotels, and then we came up with the idea of INSECTOPIA as a flagship initiative to promote biodiversity and community engagement across partner university campuses. So in our campuses, the idea is to design, and we will see some examples of these, creative solutions to support biodiversity in our university campuses, but also beyond. So we want to create pedagogical tools. We want to inspire meaningful projects that will help reinforce the role of insects and especially pollinators in different ecosystem and landscapes. So we have hosted webinars, we will host participatory workshops. We opened a call for proposals, which brought us today here with the winning of those calls for proposals. And we will organize the INSECTOPIA Festival, where students, staff, researchers, and local communities will participate to develop sustainable habitats and ecological projects such as insects gardens, pollinator gardens, or installations. Or we have some artists today here with us. Who knows what we can create at the end of the festival? Hopefully something surprising. Just to conclude, we are connecting advanced education, research, policy makers, and action in ecological restoration to drive lasting environmental and societal impact while promoting collaboration among diverse stakeholders. To conclude, the objectives we are pursuing are written in our website, in our proposals. So we want to support local biodiversity, we want to promote environmental sustainability, and we want to foster education and engagement with high quality and science and challenge-based approach of learning. And last but not least, we want to encourage creativity and innovation. So we embrace disrupting proposals and any crazy ideas that you might have as insect utopias in your campuses, in your cities, or wherever you want, because insects should be everywhere. So, with any further ado, we will pass the floor to our university colleagues. I am receiving an email from Jovita. Let me see if it's something urgent. I just sent her the link.
Right, I'll be sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jovita, I think the ones were the colleagues from Parma, the University of Parma. This is the order, Cristina. So if you agree, I will pass the floor to you. We can start the round of presentations of our university winning teams. Okay, so University of Parma.
Okay, thank you, Antonio. For concerning University of Parma, we were very happy about the project because we received 9 project proposal for projects, and it was very, I have to admit, very difficult to select the winning team because the projects, they were all very interesting. Projects were proposed mainly by students of our universities, but with in let's say interdisciplinary teams, because we had teams from students from different courses, and we also have a project promoted by researchers and administrative and technical staff of our university. So we are happy for the success, and I would like to introduce the winning team that is composed by Chiara Bacchi and Carlotta Lorusso. Chiara is a master's student in a course that is connected to natural sciences, whereas Carlotta is a bachelor's student in architecture. So I will leave the floor to Chiara, probably, so she will explain us a little bit the contents of the project.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Chiara and she is Carlotta. And as Christina was saying, we are two students. I'm from the master degree in environmental sciences and technologies, while Carlotta is from the bachelor's degree in architecture, regeneration, and sustainability. So we decided to combine our skill to propose a project that can be both environmentally functional and also communicative. The idea of the project is to support local biodiversity by installing pollinator houses on the University of Parma campus. And these structures will provide houses for solitary bees, butterflies, and also ladybugs. And we will also organize a participatory workshop to engage the university community to build the houses. So we seek also to further seek a foster education, and by creating a path that connects all the pollinator houses around the campus. And these houses will be built with only natural and recycled materials, and designed to meet the needs of the different insects. And around each house there will be also flowering plants to attract the pollinators and create a favorable habitat. As I was saying, there will be a participatory workshop that will be open to the entire university community. And during the workshop, each participant can assemble and personalize the house, following the indication that will be given on a brochure that we created. And on the brochure, there's an explanation about all the materials that we will give them, and also the steps to follow in order to build the houses. So at the end of everything, we will place all the houses in different strategic points of the campus, and we will create a sort of educational path that will be shown on maps all around the campus, on specific panels that will be near each house. So each panel provide information about the house, a QR code linking to the European Parliament resource for further insights on biodiversity and pollinators, and also the map with all the points with the other houses. So this project is not only ecological, but also educational and inclusive. And we hope that it can make the university community more aware of the importance of the biodiversity and of the protection of the pollinators, even with a small action like this. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Impressive. This is impressive. Thank you very much. Just to remind you that most or almost everyone here will participate in the Insectopia Festival in person. So these projects that are being presented here are food for thoughts. So we will be inspired by all these projects. So we will later on we'll work together in the hackathon, during the hackathon in the Insectopia Festival in Jarandilla. So we can already see some high-level proposals and projects as yours. Thank you very much, Chiara. It's been amazing. Cristina, are we done with the University of Parma?
Yes,
Yes.
for the moment.
Great. And also, just for your information, so Cristina will host during the festival one or maybe even more, because she has so much to share in terms of citizen science and collaborative work around science during the festival, with some inspirational sessions with the iNaturalist platform and all the projects she's leading. And maybe we can take advantage to present Bio-University there already in Insectopia. We will see, because this connection will be meaningful. We will go to the next university, the University of Wrocław, one of the most active and engaged members in the Insectopia initiative. Jovita, I hope you are ready. Thank you. So I pass the floor to you. Thank you very much. And please pay attention to the next proposals because, yeah, we will probably be part of the same team, or we will mix up teams during the hackathon. But this is the best opportunity to get to know each other. So, Jovita, the floor is yours, and for the colleagues from the University of Wrocław.
Thank you very much. First of all, I was really happy that we received two teams and two projects. Today we told the results, the final results to both of them. I already saw the presentation and they were marvelous, and I was truly amazed by the ideas of the project, how they were implemented in the area, about their range, how they would really help the insects in our territory. So as I said, we received two projects. The first place was won by the project B Division. The team with Agnieszka Murawska, Krzysztof Latarowski, and Marcel Babej. And the second project was the Garden of Nature Voices, presented by the student Julia Kurzawa. And both projects were so amazing. So as I said, there was only one first place and only, so that was B Division. But we decided that both teams are going for the hackathon. So we are sending for students and for student employees and the PhD candidates. So as I said, I would like to have two presentations today, and that will be very short. I already know that. So first of all, maybe a presentation from the winning team, B Division. Someone here?
Yes, we are here.
Hello.
Hi.
So the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yes. Can we ask for opportunity to share our screen, because we made presentation and we can't because it's only for organizers.
Yes, and also Julia Kurzawa will have a presentation because we would like to show you a project.
You should be able to share it now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Teraz pokaram. Okay, do you see our presentation? Can you see our presentation?
No, at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Okay, I received the presentation. Antonio, would it be possible for me to share the screen because I received the presentation?
Yeah, I will grant you with the rights. Jovita is here. Okay. Okay, you should be able to share your screen now.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you see the presentation? It's already.
Yep.
Perfect. So please let me know when I should click further, okay?
Okay. Oh, awesome.
Okay, we are so excited to be selected and really grateful. This means a lot for us. And first, we want to introduce ourselves.
So first is Agnieszka, and Agnieszka is a beekeeping scientist and focused on pollinators and insect ecology.
Krzysztof is an artist and beekeeper who brings creative ideas and bee-friendly design.
Marcel is a bird specialist who shows how insects support bees and the whole ecosystem.
That's who we are. So Jovita, you can skip to another slide. And we would love to share with you what we create together. It's natural installation that supports wild pollinators and many other insect species. It's built entirely from biodegradable materials and things like dead wood, bark, soil, and no plastic, no artificial stuff.
What makes our project special is that we're using natural, locally materials and simple, easy design that anyone can make in their own garden.
The special thing in our project are nests for solitary bees, safe zones around anthills, and shelters for overwintering insects, plus a drinking station. And now we can get to the next slide for the visualization. Thank you. And this is the visualization. You can see the first are the nests for insects. And there are birdhouse-like nesting places, nesting boxes that are filled with natural materials such as dry plant stems, hollow reeds, and raw wood. And they are designed not also for the insects, but also for the birds. They can collect the materials for the nests.
Second is drinking station for insects made with shallow water and stones because insects need water just like us.
Yeah, and the last one is sandbox for insects. It's filled with sand and soil because some of the insects need this material to make their nests, but also they can build a little burrow in this area. And we know that in our environment, it's a lack of this material. It's also made from dead wood. And I'm sure that all of you know that dead wood is really helpful for some of the species of insects. We can also put there some bark, stones, and pine cones, and it will be helpful for overwintering for insects. And the last slide. Yeah.
And we want to thank you. We hope we kind of inspired you that you can do this yourself also with all the materials that you have in your own garden. And yeah, we're very grateful that we were selected. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for an amazing presentation too, because we can already visualize and envision everything. Thank you.
Okay, so right now
Great
there'll be
job.
a second presentation by Julia Kurzaba. Please tell me if you can run it. If you can share the screen.
Okay.
Okay, she also sent me the PDF file just in case.
Yes, I cannot open it on my laptop, unfortunately.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, I can give you the sorry, Julia.
Yes.
Give me 1 second, please. I'll grant you with Julia Kurzaba. You have the power. You have the power.
Okay.
Of sharing your presentation.
I will try then. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Great. So, good morning. My name is Julia Kurzaba, and I am a student of landscape architecture, and I'm also a cultural animator. I worked in a cultural center creating various art workshops and festivals. The main motivation behind the project was the lack of insect-friendly spaces and places where people could reconnect with nature. Many insects' habitats are disappearing from urban areas, and with them our awareness of their role. And INSECTOPIA is not just a garden, it's a comprehensive initiative. It combines design work, community workshops, and a creative promotion through sound and events. I planned a space that would be friendly to insects, but also inspiring for people, an example of how nature can become a part of daily campus life. And the workshops will be the heart of the entire project, aiming to engage the university community in hands-on activities and receive ecological awareness. So we have Hrustobrania will be an outdoor educational event in the form of mountain hike. Participants will be divided into fun teams like butterflies or bumblebees and take part in a friendly competition. They will gather twigs and branches while also documenting natural insect shelters like under the stones, in the bark, or in the leaf litter. The event will be end with a
campfire and prizes for the most engaged teams. We will use the materials that we collected for the future workshops. The next one is the Insect Stop. It will take place during the student festival in dedicated relaxation zones. Participants will build mobile insect houses using natural materials and plant nectar-rich flowers. The finished structure will be displayed in front of university building to promote the project publicly. And the last one is the microwards. Will be a series of workshops held during open campus events. Participants will design and construct insect shelters tailored to specific environments like a dry, humid, or shadowed. All of those creations will later become a lasting part of the garden and support biodiversity through the seasons. And here we have some visualizations of those activities. And a garden design. The garden will be designed as a mosaic of diverse zones, sun and wildflower meadows, shaded areas, a small pond, planting beds, and a habitat microwards. Each part will include features that support different species of insects. There will also be a wooden deck chairs and relaxation spots for people to observe nature and unwind. And the materials. Material selection will be a key part of the project. I plan to use mostly natural and recycled resources, wood, straw, sand, clay, and stones, or sourced locally. And one of the most unique elements of the project is the soundscape layer called INSECTcast. It will connect ecology with sound and emotion. The goal is to deepen people's connection with nature, not only through observation, but also through active listening. A discrete microphone will be installed in the garden to capture natural sounds, insect buzzing, rustling leaves, bird songs, and water from the pond. These recordings will be edited into short-themed podcasts like A Summer Evening with Bumblebees or Nighttime by the Pond. They will be available online in special campus relaxation zones equipped with deck chairs and QR codes. InsectCast will serve as both an educational tool and a kind of sound-based meditation, inviting people to slow down, focus, and experience the garden even when they are not physically there. And design will support pollinators and beneficial insects, raise ecological awareness, promote upcycling, and encourage observation of the nature world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So all the participants will be able to join the hackathon, and you'll be able to, speak with them and just have a wonderful, fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Amazing. Wow. Connecting ecology with emotions. That is really, really, really something special, and we hope we can go a step forward in this direction. And I'm sure with these participants we are going to build something very special. Amanda, did you raise your hand, or you just wanted to applaud our colleagues? We will have a Q&A section at the end. And I apologize for my connection if at some point I get frozen. Yeah. So let's go to the next team. Portugal, University of Évora. I see Carlos Godinho is around. They have some breaking news, very fresh news, right? So
Hi,
the floor is yours. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me well? Can you hear me or not?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry to jump in, but we are on the middle of a class, which fortunately is from the students that has win. So we have here the colleagues of our students. So, and I hope they are there so they can present the idea of the hotels for the insects. I hope they are connected. Or not. Yes, Madeleine is there. We will try to figure out where they are lost.
Yeah, we can see Madalena, Duarte, and Beatriz. They are in the same camera. They are just
Hello,
muted.
sorry, we had a few troubles with the internet and we need to change the room. Sorry for being late.
It's okay.
So we had a presentation that we'd like to show you.
I'll give you the power. Just give me 1 second. Madalena.
Sim, nós temos trocado. Temos trocado.
We are at the farm, so there's always logistical problems.
Okay, you should be able to share your screen now.
Can you see our screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, beautiful.
So hello everyone, we are really happy to participate in this project. We are 3 students from biology at the University of Évora. I am Madalena. We also have Duarte and Beatriz in our project. We are very excited to present our project. Its name is Hotel de Insetos Vizinhos, developed for the INSECTOPIA initiative, promoted by the Green Alliance. So a fun fact is that our name is a pun with the word neighborhood, which in Portuguese is vizinho. So we thought it would be a funny idea to put the name. So the goal of this project was to build an insect hotel that supports local biodiversity using sustainable, recycled and natural materials. We also wanted to raise awareness about the ecological importance of insects, such as pollination and pest control, while making the structure simple and attractive enough to involve the community.
We combined our scientific backgrounds with creativity to design a functional and aesthetic insect shelter. All materials were either reused or naturally sourced, like cans, old woods, natural clay, and even pine cones, to encourage circular economy practices. The structure is made from a wooden base that holds 6 reused cans. Each can is filled with a different material suited for a specific group of insects, like solitary bees, ladybugs, ants, and spiders. We also created a living green roof with native plants and added an information board to explain who lives where and why. We numbered each can from 1 to 6, using natural dye paints to give the impression that the insects were little guests in a hotel. Each can is filled with a different material for diversification of species.
This hotel creates microhabitats that support pollinators and natural predators, uses native plants to not disturb the environment, and increases community interaction with nature. We designed this hotel to be visually attractive and easy to replicate so that anyone can build one. We also propose a citizen science approach to monitor insect diversity and use in hotel use, engaging volunteers to help maintain and collect ecological data over time.
And that was our project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, impressive work, a beautiful presentation. We can really foresee a very, very inspiring and productive hackathon, and some alignment with the proposals you are suggesting with recycled materials, with the replicability option on the table always, and make it something attractive, not only for humans, but also for insects. So this is very nice. And when it comes to citizen science and what you are suggesting and the insect hotels, there will be very, very relevant and inspiring sessions by professionals who have been working already for a long time with insect hotels and will share with us some lessons learned. because we don't want to make the same mistakes others did in the past. So probably even we will use those recycled materials and we will have a science-based approach. We will also be learning from those who have been working with this for a long time, which I think it's meaningful. And yeah, thank you very much. And thank you very much, Carlos, and all the Insectopia group for your commitment and for encouraging your students and your colleagues to participate in the Insectopia, because this really, I'm really excited with all what we are seeing, and I think we all are very happy with the results. So let's go to the next one.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We go to classes again.
Okay, enjoy. Thank you very
Get
much.
working, Carlos.
See you in Jarandilla. I need, please, before you go, Carlos. Well, he go. Well. Okay, let's go to Ireland. Frances, Lucy,
Hello.
I could hear you. How are you?
I
Happy
am
to have you
good.
here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, and a great day, World Bee Day. I was at a biodiversity event on Saturday where what my neighbor beside me had a whole bee exhibit and was letting people taste different types of honey produced at different times from bees feeding at different plants, and it was really important. And we were talking about mindfulness, and just a thing to share with people is the frequency of the humming that bees make is so it gives us such inner peace, and it's exactly the same as the that we use, that is used by Buddhists and by other people to calm themselves down. So yeah, I grew up with that noise. I was very lucky. I grew up in the midst of tilia lime trees, so with bees making that buzzing. So I'm delighted to be here on World Bee Day. We have our ATU representative here. I'd like to just say congratulate our 3 teams, which were generally mixed between staff and students. We had 3 good teams, one called Sligo's Finest, which was a student team. We had a Green Impact Initiative team, and I know that Regina Barrera is here today. She was one on that team. But our winning team is called the Cooperative Living Project, and today we have Gail Tarmy here to give us, she's a lecturer in business and she's the project lead, and she's going to give us an outline of the project from ATU. So welcome, Gail.
Thank you very much, Frances, and thank you everybody for having us here today, and thank you as well. It's really exciting to hear all the fabulous projects and looking forward to meeting you all and learning more. May I ask if it's okay if I can have the rights to share the screen? I do have a little presentation prepared for you, and I do have some of my student ambassadors. Louis is here in the room as well, so shout out there to Louis. I'm going to introduce the team, the core team in terms of the project, but also just to give you an indication of how the project came about and how we're utilising the project really to embed sustainable practices in the particular department for which I'm working. So hopefully you might just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Should be with you now shortly.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, thank you.
Okay, super. So just bear with me now and I will get started. I do have a small little video as well, just to introduce you to our campus, because what's unique about our campus, I suppose, is that it's nestled in the Connemara National Park, which is a very famous park or very famous natural kind of reserve in Ireland. We have 2 kind of well discussed or well promoted from a tourism perspective national parks in Ireland, the Connemara National Park and the Wicklow National Park, as well as some others. But what's unique about the environment, I suppose, is that we do have animals and fauna growing, growing everywhere without control, without partition. And we also have the likes of our sheep that just roam freely across the road. We do have to give way to the sheep that we find in the particular area. They have a personality of their own, but we're blessed to have lots of natural materials, natural resources, and we really want to protect that. So the project came about because I teach business environment and I teach it to students that design furniture. So we work with wood as a natural material. We have our own mill on site as part of our campus where we mill the wood. And as a result, there's lots of byproducts that are natural byproducts that are ideal for forming habitat for wildlife. So things like sawdust, chippings, bark, as some has mentioned, moss. We also have sheep wool, which is a really good material to work with, a natural material that is otherwise sometimes used or brought as or considered to be a waste product. And what we really wanted to do, and what I wanted my students to focus on when we developed this project, is how we can use all those resources that are traditionally considered waste as an opportunity to create something new. So that move from a linear economy to a circular economy by reusing and repurposing waste materials. So what do we focus on in this module? Why did I want to look at INSECTOPIA as an opportunity to create new thinking for my students that will all end up in different woodwork businesses in the future? We were looking at marketing, the societal good that's really important. So how businesses promote themselves as being, I suppose, a repository for creating good in society, as opposed to the negative externalities we sometimes see with waste, with infrastructure, and with replacing natural habitat, sometimes with buildings, concrete, and so on. How can businesses take a step towards promoting biodiversity, whether it's in their campuses, whether it's in the city environment, or whether it's in a more rural environment? I also wanted to promote financial management, and the project budget means that the students will have to learn that. Operational working to timelines, looking at circular economy, looking at reuses, looking at why we can and can't use some materials that might look natural but aren't necessarily good for the environment. So we work with glues, we worked with veneers and various other things in our particular campus. And a focus really on students and lecturers as partners, that we're in this together, that team collaboration, that cross-campus collaboration, and of course the European cross-university collaboration that comes with the really exciting week. It's like winning the lotto to go to Madrid and to meet you all and to learn more about how to do this and to do this properly. So the core team, myself, we have an external expert called Katie Egan. She's an organic farm owner and she's a soil biologist. So she looks at microbiology in the soil, promoting worming, casts, and so on. So an interesting input into our project in terms of the scientific side of what the materials will bring and how they will promote habitat. Shane Cummins, one of our student representatives, he is in the area of design and manufacturing, and Louis Oakes also, who looks at the design elements of the particular product that we're looking to develop. So our issue there, we need to move from the linear economy. We need to look at the circular economy. Traditionally, our industry works with natural materials, creates significant waste. And as you're probably aware from a furniture perspective, from your chairs to your kitchens, to your tables, to your desks, you know, it's a huge industry, and a little move towards creating habitat and reusing waste could have a massive impact if we teach our students, and as a result, they teach the companies in which they'll work in the future how to prioritise biodiversity. So you can see here where we're located, just there at the very tip where the little star points towards our campus on the west coast of Ireland. It's in an area called the Wild Atlantic Way. So we're very excited and we're very privileged to be in a really natural environment, and we want to promote and we want to sustain that in the long term. And I do have a little video there just before we wrap up. It's only a minute long. So this is the project. We want to use traditional, commercial and natural waste product at our campus to repurpose it and provide something that's aesthetically pleasing, because for our corporate environments in which we feed forward to, it needs to aesthetically look well. If it's to be something that's replicated across multiple different businesses, and it's something that businesses can actively instill on their own campuses and in their own environments, to provide a functional habitat for nature, for insects, and that will generate a pollinator's ecosystem that will enhance the natural environment that the commercial business can also mimic in order to reduce their negative externalities and promote biodiversity and pollinators effectively. There are some of the raw materials that we currently have in abundance and that we'll utilise. And the students will be challenged both to design something similar to, this is just a prototype, but the students will have full autonomy next year. So our first year students, both Louis and Shane, and the rest of the first year students will actively work towards an assessment piece that will focus on designing something that is both functional but aesthetically pleasing. So I don't think I have time for the video. I don't want to hog the limelight, but it's there if anybody wants the link thereafter to give you an insight into what we do on the campus and why it's different to some of the traditional business environments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you have the link for the video, you can share it in the chat so everyone can watch it.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Amazing, very inspiring presentation and like very solid, no? Because I feel trust from this kind of proposal. Thank you very much. Okay, so Francis, are we done with the A2 team?
Yes, you can move to the next university.
That's great.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Victoria Chavez and Jess, who will be joining us, and what is your proposal?
Hello.
We would like to learn more about you. Thank you very much for being here.
Unfortunately, my students couldn't come, so I will present their project, but I
Okay.
cannot share the PowerPoint. Can you allow me?
Yes, of course, immediately. Victoria. There we go.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say that we haven't. Can you see it, or can you see the presentation?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so yeah, the students of UA didn't answer to a call that was launched. It was within the framework of one of the degree in a polytechnical school, our engineering school. They had this project within the degree. So it's a degree on quality and innovation. So they decided to work on sustainable habitats. So they had their presentation at the end of the degree recently. So it went really well. So here is the main objective of INSECTOPIA. So the objectives are ecological, pedagogical, collaborative, and sustainable. Then they made so it's all the organization, so the planning of the project, and then the objectives. Sorry, because it's in French, they didn't translate it, so I'm doing the translation. And so they worked. We had 3 campuses in Angers. So they looked at what were the different possibilities, and they chose this one, the Belle Bay campus, because it's the most green one. And they looked at what species there was in the campus. So there are various ones like bees, bumblebees, butterflies, and ladybirds, and other kinds of insects that you can see. And then they looked at what were the specific needs for each insect. I'm going a bit quickly because it's repetitive, but then they looked at what kind of insect house existed in the market, and they made a comparison of what is important, and this is the solution they proposed. So first of all, they chose, like, we have a shared garden on the campus, so they chose this place. And then they reflected on the shape of the house, and they decided to have it as the shape of a hexagonal shape, like the I don't know the English word for what we have in the background of our teams, like the yellow thing. I don't know the name. Hive, yeah, thank you. So here is the proposal. They really thought of having a pedagogical aspect. So they decided to create like a drawer with a window. So you can open the drawer and see through. So each kind of hive has a separate kind of insect. And So it can be used, this project can be used within like the studies of the students. They chose sustainable wood, which is called Douglas, and also they looked at the fact that it was produced locally in the region. And they also thought of having like one of the some kind of wooden tree where they can put one of the drawer to observe. So it's also you can extract the drawer from the house. So here are more information on how it looks like. So you can see it looks like a hive. And they chose to work with only sustainable material. And I think that's it. So I'm sorry, it's not the best presentation because it's not made by the students, but I thought it was good. It was still good to present what they did.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Victoria. I think we will all learn a lot from each other. This is one of the objectives of the hackathon. So to be inspired by the ideas and the projects and the background, we see that we have different profiles, different disciplines, and this will enrich a lot the gathering in Jarandilla and all those projects. So before we move to the next one, I remind you that it is important that we all please provide the names of those participating in the hackathon, in the festival in Jarandilla, the arrival times. I will remind it later just to take advantage of this moment, because we need to organize the logistics and it's not easy, as you all know. So the next in the row is our colleagues from the University of Magdeburg. I see Katrin and Stefan are with us. So dear colleagues, Katrin, the floor is yours. How are you? Hola.
I'm fine, thanks everyone, and hello from Magdeburg in Germany. It's it's really fantastic and inspiring to hear all these ideas. I can't tell you in words how inspired we are, and we've made it very exciting and waited until the very last moment to submit our proposal. We're sorry for that, but we hope it's a proposal all of you like, and it's called a Biodiversity Living Lab. That's the working title so far, and it's a project developed by a staff member, Stefan Weidner, who's with us here today, and two students, Ian Averkamp and Anna van Busse. And I would like to leave the floor now to Stefan to present to you the proposal. Stefan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Katrin. Happy World Bee Day from Magdeburg, Germany. Antonio, if you can pass me the rights to share, then I'll try to stick to my 5 minutes, and engage you.
Thank you. While I do that, I just want to thank also Katrin, because you pointed a few months ago today as the World Bee Day and as a day to have a kind of milestone in our initiative, and here we are. You see, this is like a dream came true. Stefan, you are here. Yes. Yeah. You have the rights now. Thank you.
Not yet. I can't. Oh, now we go. Here we go. Whole screen. Okay, here we go. Make this full screen, and there we go. So I think I'm the most unusual expert in a group of presenters here. You'll see this in a second. So the presentation is from infrastructure to biodiversity. The reason for this presentation title is my day job at the EU Green Alliance is to run the Work Package 9 infrastructure. So I'm basically the head of IT. I'm a computer scientist, not a biologist or ecotropologist. And my goal for the last 2 and the next at least 2 years is to create a sustainable digital IT hub of integration infrastructure using the same local accounts our users, students, lecturers, staff members are using already. using EU or EU green standards and to connecting people with resources. So that's my day job. So I took the invitation by Antonio and other, Raquel and Agneta and others who urged me to apply for the INSECTOPIA project as well. So that's not my profession, but I'd love to do. So I stole this picture from, I think, Agneta or the entire Work Package 8 team, because I think it beautifully describes how we as EU Green are working together in a very diverse team. Katrin has already said, Anna is a student here, a master's student of peace and conflict studies. Ient is a business student, and I'm a computer science expert. So you can see that every work package on our little journey, and we are today talking with Work Package 8, but everyone else is with us today, and we are sharing this initiative and drive to biodiversity. So taking this idea of how we work in EU Green to the next level, we handed in, or we prepared our proposal for INSECTOPIA, scaling biodiversity from practical experience in a private natural gardening to sustainable life on campus. My background is IT, as I said, but I'm also a passionate natural gardener. So I've remodeled my complete 5,000 square meters garden in the last 6 years from left to right or top to bottom. So I've changed a lot. I've learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes, and I'd like to share this with not our Magdeburg community, but also with the whole project. So the proposal that we wrote, and Katrin already mentioned it, OVGU. So OVGU is Otto von Guericke, a scientist of the 17th century. He invented the vacuum pump, for example, and the patron of our university. So we called our proposal the OVGU Biodiversity Living Lab. And now I guess I'm also a humoristic guy. Some people know that. So the team name as a patron to our OVGU, we called OVGU, also as a homage to the Bee Gees, and Staying Alive, I think, was a great song that shows how we can also help the insects staying alive. Because, as you know, 75% of them have been gone in the last 30 years due to the Krefeld study that just showed how much biomass is actually gone already in the last couple of decades. So that's what drove us. In the background of this picture, you see the place or the space that we selected. Victoria, so we chose a green space, but actually it's not the greenest. It's in the middle of the campus. You can also see the construction area in the background. We are modernizing our complete campus with hot water supplies and energy and solar energy and everything. So we chose this place to put our new OVGU pavilion that you see in the background of the second picture here. To meet people, and this is not only students, staff members, but also Magdeburg citizens, students, school kids, when they walk over campus. On the top left, you see the area that we want to remodel first. So this is like a 20 by 2 meter space that we have already designed to use a lot of habitats that other teams have already recommended: a sandarium, gravel rock, rich pasture, low nutrient meadow, a little puddle, or some marshy grounds. And then to fill this with home, so not invasive species of fauna and flora, and to exhibit them there, not only to display as in a zoo, but also to have people get close to nature and actually work and also learn in nature. This is what we are trying to design. And as you can see, there's already walking paths around this area. So we want 100 or 1,000 people every day to walk through our natural learning ground. How do we know how to do this? As I said, in my own garden, this is some pictures from the last 2 years, how I built my own insect hotels. Be reminded, insect hotels are important, but only 20% of bees nest in horizontal structures. Most of them nest in clay or clayey grounds. So a sand pit, as you show on the bottom here, that's a 1 by 1 meter hole with sand in it. And that is a magnet for nesting bees in the ground. And as you can see, we're trying to replicate this on campus, not by me. We want to do this with the people, for the community. So we're already inviting for the first workshop this Saturday, where we build the first rich pasture natural module already. So we're already kicking this off this Saturday at 3 p.m. if you would like to join. Wow. And that's it for me. So as I always say, do something EU Green today if you have not already done so. Katrin and I will also be joining a presentation later on here in Magdeburg, where we established the Wild Bee Alliance for Magdeburg. So that's our next stop for World Bee Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much, Stefan. So we are a little bit ahead of time, so let's go to the next group. Gable, please, Annika, if you are with us. We have 20 minutes and it will be good to have a Q&A, so just try to, maybe we can have, we need to stay a couple of minutes after one, please. Annika, the floor is yours, and the colleagues from Gable. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm really impressed of all the presented proposals, and I'm really proud to present the winning proposal from us in Gävle. The team members are all former design students, and they call themselves JAB Design Team. It's Julia Burenberg, Astrid Magnell, and Bill Blomster. And I'm leaving the word to you, Astrid and Julia, and you will can present the multisensory garden. Thank you.
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Annika. We would also like to share a presentation, if that's okay.
Yeah, sorry for this. Julia, you are Julia. Sorry. Cannot find you. You're here. Okay. You can share your screen now.
Are you seeing anything right now?
Yes, we can see the amazing campus. I hope one day I can be there. Thank you.
It's very beautiful. Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Julia, and I'm here together with Astrid, and we are industrial design students. We're very grateful to represent the University of Gävle. Our proposal for INSECTOPIA was also developed together with our friend and fellow student Bill, but he couldn't be with us today. So we're excited to present Sinnesgården, or the Sensory Garden, a biodiversity-centered multisensory garden designed to transform underutilized spaces on university campuses into thriving micro ecosystems. Rooted in research and interviews with students from multiple universities in Sweden, our concept responds to a clear need for outdoor spaces that are ecologically functional, socially inclusive, and also supportive of mental restoration. Our findings during our research show that the best way to recover is by breaking out of everyday routines and engaging the senses in new and in different ways. The garden addresses this by engaging sight, smell, touch, and taste in varied forms through features like benches, flower beds, a fountain, and a glass roof, creating a rich sensory experience for everyone who visits, such as students, staff, visitors, plants, and animals such as birds and insects. The layout of the sensory garden is organized into sensory zones, each focusing on a specific sense. For example, colorful perennials and mirrored surfaces create dynamic visual experiences. The sound of gravel while walking and a water fountain provides calming sounds, enhancing both the sensory atmosphere and offering a water source for insects. Fragrant herbs and edible plants like lavender, thyme, and strawberries are planted throughout, inviting visitors to interact through scent and taste. Textured surfaces and untreated timber seating offer a tactile experience.
Yes, so design is modular, meaning it can be adapted to different climates and spaces by simply adjusting the plant selection and features. Insects are an essential part of this garden, and by planting nectar and pollen-rich species, we actively support pollinators like bees, butterflies, and hoverflies. And these species not only enhance the biodiversity, but also enrich the sensory experience through movement, color, and sound. We also provide educational signs and QR codes throughout the garden, explaining the role of the insects, making the space a place both for relaxation and learning. And this approach connects to ecology, education, and sensory design, encouraging the visitors to learn about the vital roles the insects play in urban ecosystems. And the materials used in the garden are chosen for their durability, sensory qualities, and sustainability. So we have Cortian steel for the planting beds and seating frames, and these develop a natural rust-like patina over time. And we also have chosen timber to provide warmth and a tactile experience. We have natural stone used in the fountain, contributing to both sensory design and the ecological function, and also define gravel path, enhance drainage, and add a subtle auditory layer as people walk through the garden. So in summary, the garden is a sensory-rich, biodiversity-enhancing space that transforms underused areas into ecological and social hubs. It simulates the 5 senses, offers opportunities for learning, and promotes mental well-being through thoughtful, sustainable design. And by interacting nature with sensory experiences and educational content, we create a garden that's not only visually and ecologically impactful, but also a place for reflection, connection, and ecological awareness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is amazing to see all your presentations also because we are from different countries with different cultures, with different relations to our contexts. And this is very enriching to see how we approach to this challenge of insect utopias. Amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have 2 more. Next one will be the University of Oradea. Silvio is here around. And if you have a presentation, hello, how are you, Silvio?
I'm good.
I
Thank
hope
you
we
for
can
the.
go over the timing with the flights and everything. I'm so sorry for this. Let's see
Yeah,
how
it's
we can
okay.
solve this.
We solved it.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
will
So
write. Can you give share permission to Ioana Moca because she's the student that will
Joanna,
present.
yes. Okay. Okay.
So we had
Joanna.
3 teams. I want to tell their names because they were very eager to participate, so they would like to be presented. Joel Jambor, Lorena Pinte, and Muntean Timea from architecture. Joel is also a horticulture student. And from biology, Diana, Manole Adelina, Tulvan Antonio, they are from biology, so they were mixed in a way. And the winning team is Ioana Moca, Rareș Ștefan Muntean, and Alessandra Maria Stoica. Alessandra is from biology and environmental sciences, and Ioana Moca and Rareș, they are architecture students. So I will leave the stage to Ioana, Rareș, and Alessandra to show their project.
They should be able to share the screen now.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. And we
Okay.
see you are sharing your screen.
Yes. Just a second.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. I'm Ioana Moca, student of architecture. My teammates are Rareș Muntean, also an architecture student, and Alessandra Stoica, a biology student. We're all second-year students. Together, we combined our fields to create Senscape. The main challenge of this project was to discover how students and pollinators can thrive together on campus. Our project site is the historic campus building designed by renowned architect Josef Vago, once used to house non-commissioned officers. Vago envisioned Oradea as a garden city where nature and architecture coexist, an idea that inspired our concept. We reimagined its terraces as a creative hub for students and a welcoming space for pollinators blending education and ecology. As part of this vision, we are purposing the integration of custom-designed insect hotels built from natural materials such as wood and brick, offering shelter for nesting spaces and beneficial insect species. Here's a quick sketch illustrating one example of an insect hotel. We selected a range of low-maintenance pollinators friendly plants such as lavender, sage, and thyme that provide nectar and pollen throughout the seasons. These species not only support bees and butterflies, but also enhance the space with color, scent, and texture.
Additionally, we are proposing modular structures composed of repurposed scaffoldings designed to create a sensorial experience through the implementation of interactive elements such as musical chords, suspended flower pots with selected flora that Ioana mentioned before, unique second-hand chairs that we can buy from local stores, and the interplay of light and shadow. The height of these structures is adaptable to accommodate various scenarios like day-to-day gatherings, learning, reading spaces, charity markets, and as well exhibition areas. So can you skip to the next slide? And we have a visualization of what I mentioned before. We have flower pots on top of our scaffolding, second-hand chairs examples that we can buy. In the left upper side, we have the musical chords that can be played with just a finger, and the adaptable height that is made for different scenarios. Further on, we place a strong emphasis on the interdisciplinary aspects, so the project doesn't stop on just on our contribution, and we are proposing to the Faculty of Visual Arts in Oradea to engage and help us develop this further on. And we would like to include creation like artworks, innovative sculptural concepts for pollinator habitats, and interesting design for woven and decorative elements. Further on, we have a couple of visualizations perspectives that might help and helped us and understand how these terraces would look like and help us understand the atmosphere. And this is the plan of the terrace that we have. The left one is made as a social space where all the spaces are dispersed radially and people are interacting towards the center. And in the right part is more of a quiet space, and all of the tables are inclined to the parts, the exterior parts, and it's more of a quiet space that you can read and learn.
So the building that you saw, sorry, the building that you saw in the first slide, it's they were proposing on the terraces. So on that terraces that look,
okay.
Yeah, that's the link between the campus and because somehow we are recycling this building because now it's abandoned.
That would be the insect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Amazing presentation, amazing proposal. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will go finally to our colleagues from the University of Extremadura. The same as with the University of Wrocław, we have two winning teams. On one side, we have Bees in Action. So we have David Cerro. I don't know if you have a presentation on. Do you need the rights to share your screen?
Yeah.
Otherwise, the floor is yours.
We have a presentation. Yeah.
Okay, and who will share it?
Yes, please. Just let me know how to do it because I think it's the first or the second time I use Teams.
Okay, Pedro.
So,
I didn't see you. Okay, Pedro, a ver. Asistentes. Pedro, aquí. Okay, Pedro, you have now the rights to share your screen. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Just to let me learn how to do it. Please, Antonio, let me know how to do it. It's here. Yeah, it is here. Yes, can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, everyone. I am Pedro Antonio Sánchez Miguel from Teacher Training College at University of Extremadura. I'm going to show you this in action. This little project we conducted some days ago with the aim to show the big process in a different way. Well, first of all, I would like to show you the team. We are Patricia Casasola de la Montaña. She's a writer. She has a company, a book, a writing company. And then María Ángeles González, David Cerro, and myself, we are specialists in physical education. And we work at Teacher Training College. So that's why you are going to see one collaborative project between a writer, a very creative person, and physical education teachers. Well, the summary, this project aims to raise awareness within the university community about the importance of bees and other pollination insects through a motor storytelling session and an insect hotel building workshop. The activity will be carried out across the 3 campuses at the University of Extremadura, where we, the teacher, train or develop our work with the goal of enabling them to replicate it in their classroom and extending this path to schools in 2026. Well, there is 2 steps, 2 phases. First of all, this is interactive motor storytelling. I just wanted to help. Is the title of the tale, which is already published. Solo quería ayudar is very simple. It's in Spanish. And then a motor interactive narration of the story I just wanted to help will be performed, featuring a bee that visits a school. Through the story, children try to get the bee to live using absurd techniques and creative movements, only to discover that the bee is not a threat, but just wants to help. This story introduced key concepts about the role of bees and pollinators in a playful and understandable way. Well, the most important thing is that we are going to introduce 3 levels, motor, such as movement, jumps, turns, coordination, cognitive, after listening, understanding instruction, cognitive flexibility, memory, following cues, socioaffective, respect for living beings, empathy, teamwork, and in this case, in this phase, the session ends with a collective reflection on the crucial role that bees plays in our life and in the diversity conservation, fostering, and ecological awareness. This storytelling will be performed by Patricia Casasola, author of the book. I just wanted to help, while university faculty will lead the motor activity. María Ángeles, David, and myself, we will conduct the motor activity. And then it will be a second phase. If the slide, yes, that's it. The second phase, a participatory workshop. We will try to do an insect hotel construction, following the former storytelling. A hands-on workshop will be held where participants will build insects hotels using natural and recycled materials: wood, reeds, pine cones, string, cardboard, and so on. These hotels will be installed in biodiversity-friendly areas of our university campus, serving as habitats for solitary bees, ladybugs, lacewings, and other beneficial insects. Their workshop encourages teamwork, resource reuse, and environmental observation. Education students will be especially encouraged to replicate this initiative in schools during the 2026 year as part of the future teaching practice. Workshops will be held as well in the 3 U.S. University of Extremadura campuses, offering the early childhood education degree, and will be conducting with students about to start school placement, enable them to replicate the activity during their internships. That's it. This is our little project. We presented 1 month or 1 month and a half ago, and well, we hope you enjoyed with the presentation. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Pedro. Thank you very much. Great job. Again, we listen our presenters to talk about participatory workshop, replication, educational tools, and we have heard that before during the session today. So thank you very much. I wrote it in the chat, so please stay for 10 minutes. We'll have only one presentation left, then a few comments, and then we can go. So Annalise, from the Be or Not to Be group, can you present your proposal, please?
Yes. So, hi, my
Thank
name's
you.
Annalise Bull. I'm an international student currently studying at the Universidad de Extremadura in Cáceres. My teammates could not be here today, and we did not make a presentation, but I have a little model to show you guys and to talk about our plan. So it won't take too long. But so the focus of our design was from a biological and then also a visually pleasing standpoint. I'm a biology student and I focus on animal behavior. So it was really fun to kind of use my like research-oriented brain to try to create something that could work well for both people and bees. So the idea behind this presentation was to make something simple that could be created using recycled materials that works well for bees and other insects, as well as being cost effective. So here's a little model I made. It's not perfect, it's not to scale or anything, but we kind of went with that whole honeycomb shape that we saw previously. But so the idea is to have 2 compartments be areas where we can grow flowers, flowering vines, just to make it aesthetically pleasing. And then the other areas will be constructed of bamboo tubes of varying lengths, somewhere between 8 and 12 centimeters, having a variety because different species of bees prefer different lengths. And then also having holes drilled into wood as an option and sticks and a variety of rocks to help for those bees that prefer burrowing as opposed to horizontal structures. And so the idea is to make it small, but not too small, because research has shown that bee hotels with over 100 areas for nesting tend to be slightly less effective because of the concern of like overusage or overpopulation that certain area on the part of the bees. So the idea is to make them smaller. We can hang them up on trees, buildings all around the city, and just to create that idea of like human curiosity. And then we're also looking at planning events to construct these, and then events just to inform the public about why we're doing this and why it's important.
Thank you. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, we see structures, approaches very similar also in previous proposals, so the synergies are quite clear, and it will be very easy to understand how to collaborate. And before we conclude, because we also received another proposal from Mexico, I would like to pass the floor to Amanda and then very briefly to Jose. We promise it will be very, very brief. But Amanda is a student from the University of Extremadura. She can explain it to some kind of agreement in Mexico. And they submitted an amazing proposal. Unfortunately, due to budgetary limitations, we cannot afford the trip from Mexico to Extremadura to participate in the festival. But we would like to know just very briefly about their proposal, Amanda. If you can share with us in 1 minute, please, 1 minute and a half, about you suggested as an Insectopia, please.
Yes. Can you this screen in the chair?
You want to share your screen? Yeah. Yeah, you can share it now.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Amanda.
Screen. Hello, everyone. Today, in this case, my name is Amanda Tapia. I'm designer and a student of Master University of Extremadura. This project is living free from natural deficit inside hotel as spaces for learning and biodiversity on the university campus. Biodesign redefined didactic museography for the exploring of the insect world. My team is living insect museography in Aguascalientes, Mexico. Why? Because we're becoming more and more disconnected from nature. This hotel harboring invite offering shelter to helpful insects like bees and ladybugs that pollinate and control pests naturally. The project is called INSECTOPIA. I'm sorry. Is sorry, and the including illustrate signs, QR codes, augmented reality, and scientific info, so people can learn in the visual, interactive, and engaging way. The best part is a community project. Students and teachers will join workshop to help design, but will and take care of the hotel. Each module is low cost and will have a volunteer system to keep everything running smoothly. And Insurance Utopia is about reconnecting with natural learning from insect and making our computer greener, more driven and sustainable. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Amanda. I would like to highlight that your project and your experience is related to this museum in Aguascalientes in Mexico. So we are connecting also Insectopia with museums and experiences from botanic gardens and all those institutions that at the end of the day are very inspiring. And we will want to have them on board in the future of Insectopia, which will be one of the questions we would like to ask after this ceremony and then after the festival. Where does Insectopia lead to? So to conclude, Jose Iglesias García Arenal, he's an artist and he's managing. He also submitted a proposal and he will be with us for an inspirational session during the Insectopia Festival. And he would like to make some comments, also some little reflections after this presentation before we conclude in 2 minutes. So Jose, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Antonio. I'm going to try to be very, very short. As Antonio just said, I'm part of Plataforma Mal, which is a cultural association in Extremadura. We are in the south of Extremadura, but not far away from Jarandilla, where we are going to meet. And well, with my participation, I hope I can provide some of the experience of Plataforma Mal. We have been developing art and cultural projects about the problems related with the certification and the ecological and biodiversity crisis, particularly here in Extremadura, where we will meet. And I hope I can meet and collaborate with the different projects offering, well, our experience that is very focused on how storytelling, oral practices, performance, and collective narrations can change the relationship with the environments we are living in. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just looking forward to meet you all in Jarandilla. And thank you, Antonio.
Thank you very much. amazing ceremony. It will be great to have time for discussions. Unfortunately, we are run out of time. We will need to leave the discussions for our in-person event in Jarandilla de la Vera. In 2 weeks, we will be meeting there. In the next days, as soon as please, the name of all participants, the arrival time for the flight, and the leaving time for the flight. We would like to create the teams as soon as possible and share with all of you, thanks to your contact details, what teams do you belong to, and how, if you want to start meeting with your team before arriving in Jarandilla, so we can start working together. Just we will leave it open. And Raquel,
if I may,
for the final
Antonio,
words for this
yes,
event.
please. If I may,
Yeah. The floor is yours, and you can close the event, please. Yeah, please.
Okay. Yes, because I am really impressed with all this proposal. So I would like to thank everyone for their commitment to the INSECTOPIA initiative and for the quality of the work presented, which really enriched INSECTOPIA in an exceptional and wonderful way. I will also say that we are going to have a very entertaining and interesting festival, because we will see INSECTOPIA, as you have seen right now, from different point of view. We are going to see INSECTOPIA from an emotional way, technical, with the participation of engineers, also architects, artists, with a very stylish designer, biological people from biology, and also policy makers from the European Union. So you are all invited to come to Jarandilla, and you will be more than very welcome. I think it is well worth to come. I know that some of you already know Jarandilla, and we are looking forward to returning and to see you there. So thank you very much for attending this ceremony. And yes, I hope to see you in Jarandilla.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you.
Bye then.
Bye.
Bye. Happy day.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, hi.
Pollinating.